Hello?
This is First Line Security. Ma'am, we've detected a door alarm.
Yeah, the back door of my house is open.
Are you alone in the house, ma'am?
Yes.
Are you sure?
What?
Are you sure you haven't let something inside, Rose? Look behind you.
A psychologist witnesses her patient brutally kill herself before her very eyes. In the aftermath, strange incidents seem to happen around her. As the phenomenon intensifies, she discovers that time is running out and she must beware the smile. Hey everyone, welcome back to Clubhouse Movies Podcast. I am your host, Marc Rubalcaba, joined once again by Mr. Abel Pineda. Today we'll be reviewing Smile, directed by Parker Finn.
I'm not smiling, Marcus, especially after watching this freaking movie.
Yes, this movie messes with your brain.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of horror movies, but because this is our freaking show, I have to bite the bullet and watch these things.
And it's on streaming.
It's on streaming, so I have no way to escape.
Yeah, so
No way out.
we're like, dude, what are we going to review this week? I don't know. Turn on the freaking Roku. Smile's now on Paramount Plus.
All right.
Smile it is.
Ooh.
Spookiness already. Smile it is. So this movie, being an avid fan of horror movies, I'm going to say it's the Black Widow of horror movies. It's just a very glossed, very fun to kind of see, but I've seen this movie before.
Oh, yeah. But yet, it still feels pretty original. And I can tell it's grabbing from a bunch of other movies with like curses and all this stuff. The Ring.
Yes, definitely.
Even some scenes are grabbed straight out of The Ring.
The Ring, It.
It, Shining.
Even Aliens.
Yeah, even Aliens.
Even Alien, I should say Alien 3. And also this movie is jump scares galore.
And they deliver. They're good. I can see jump scares coming a mile away. This one, it got me on a couple.
Well, it's like you see it coming a mile. Okay, you're like Jason, the serial killer or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if you turn your eyes away from him, he'll be behind you.
Yeah,
you can,
of course.
Teleport.
Yeah,
he's visual locked. These movies, like the jump scare's coming, and then like it still gets you.
Yeah, they delay just a bit. Like it's that delay. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
my ears.
I know, right? Stupid Mickey Mouse got me more than the Inception drop. But yes, very good sound design, very good
Just
film design. Like,
yeah,
it was made
filmmaking.
very well.
Yeah, even the color palette. The thing is, I love The Shining, as I probably said during our review. The color palette. I loved the colors in this movie, and just the way it looked. It was it just delivered. It felt vintage horror.
And a lot of low hums like throughout the movie.
Yeah. Very ominous stuff going on. Keeps you uneasy the whole time.
Yes, it does. And I saw bits and pieces of this again after I saw it the first time.
Yeah.
Everything. Damn, why'd you have to go back and answer that phone?
Yeah. It already happened once. Why do it again?
Okay, well we'll talk. We'll talk about it. But did you ever see American Werewolf in Paris?
Yeah.
Oh, London.
God,
Sorry, not
a long
Paris.
time ago.
London, American Werewolf in London, and also there's a movie It Follows.
Why does that sound familiar? It Follows.
It Follows. It Follows was, I think, a little bit smarter of a premise because it was a sexually transmitted boogeyman. So the curse would affect whoever someone had sex with. And then they in order to get rid of the curses, they would have to infect the next person.
Right? No, I've never seen this one.
Yes.
It sounds familiar though.
I hate to say this, but I've never seen it either.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know. I think that was the year that I was actually really busy and didn't see any movies.
2014 was just an odd year.
Yeah, right. I think that's when I moved the first time.
Yeah.
Across state lines and stuff. So, but anyway, very It Follows. I think in premise the most. But strangely enough, also very some Tim Burton in there, and even Coneheads.
Wait, in this movie, in Smile or It Follows?
Smile.
Really? What? Tim Burton.
Well,
yeah. We can get there.
Yeah,
we'll get there later.
We will get there later. But there are a lot of visual callbacks to other horror movies.
Yeah.
in this movie. But you know, I'm going to give it some quick praise. It was fun.
Yeah, and Cal Penn was in it. Oddly enough.
Yes, Cal Penn was oddly enough in this movie.
And no humor at all.
And I will start off right by bringing this up. Oscar-worthy performance at some point in this movie that we will have to discuss in great detail. Someone went to their dark place.
There was a lot of pre-show talk before this. So
to pull out their acting chops.
Yeah. It took them this long. Jeez.
Yeah, where have you been?
Wait for this 5-minute scene to really make your career shine, buddy.
I know.
Good job.
Just ended the movie right then and there.
Yeah.
Like, we don't care what happens. Just end the movie here because we're not going to get any higher.
This was the mountaintop. It peaked.
Yes. But anyway, let's get into the plot of this movie. So starts off with us seeing the main character is Rose, but we see her as a little girl, and we see her mother OD or kill herself.
The thing is, we don't know it's her. So when we see them, the intro scene is of a woman seemingly overdosing onto a bed, and all you see is like spit next to her, and you're like, she is for sure dead.
Yes.
And then you see a girl, and then we wipe into
the movie.
The
movie. So Rose is a therapist, and she is dealing with "you're going to die" guy. I call him. There's a lot of like ex-cop guy, and "you're going to die" guy.
Very horror shtick.
Other lousy therapist lady guy, you know, just weird names. But this guy just says like, "I'm going to die, you're going to die, we're going to die, we're going to die together."
They're like, "Have you guys seen The Orphan 2?"
I know, right? And she's a therapist dealing with this crazy guy, and Cal Penn. I'm just going to say their actor's name if I don't know their name. Dr. Cal Penn, Kumar from Harold and Kumar would be Sulu and Dr. Desai apparently now. Yeah. He also played the silent man in Superman Returns. He didn't say any words. He was like a henchman who didn't talk.
Really?
Yes, it was really strange.
Did not know that.
It was like almost a cameo, but he was in it like a lot of the movie.
And if you know now, he's also the interim Santa Claus. The Santa Clauses.
Yeah, so we'll have... Yeah, that is weird. But anyway, so he is the chief doctor, and he tells Rose, "You're working too hard. Take a break."
Yeah.
So then she apparently is about to go on vacation, and that's why I say the phone rang in her office.
Yeah.
Rang in her office, and the photography takes a point to like say like. You know, just have it ringing, and then like slowly pan to the phone, and then answered. Yeah, you know, your first taste of like jump scare, but not really. But dang it, just don't answer the damn phone.
Yeah, this whole movie would have ended right there.
Like it was serious. Like you're gonna die in 5 days now.
Yeah,
it didn't say it, but what happens is she gets a new patient who is this girl.
Yeah, Laura Weaver.
Laura Weaver, who's a teenage. Not teenage, but you know, college age doctoral candidate.
Yes,
who is going crazy
because she witnessed her
professor.
Yeah, bludgeon himself to death.
Yes, 5 days ago, and now she knows that something is after her. Something is trying to kill her, and all it does is smile at you, and it smiles like not a happy smile, but like a sad, sadistic smile.
Yeah,
like want to see how I got these scars? Smile, at some point, she just kind of completely goes...
I thought you were going to say The Thing.
The Thing, yeah. Kurt Russell comes in with the flamethrower to kill her. Going to save you guys a lot of time.
How are we in a snowscape?
This guy's so cool. Did we ever talk about The Thing?
I think we did.
Did you see The Thing?
Yeah, we were watching the last... Oh my God, not Michael Myers. Yeah. Halloween Ends, and the movie that was on was The Thing.
Yes, also directed by John Carpenter.
Yes.
There's a big controversy whether or not at the end one of the guys was the Thing or a human. Like that's the thing.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Huh. The tell is that maybe Keith David. It was Keith David and Kurt Russell.
Okay.
That maybe at the end Keith David was drinking a Molotov cocktail and not really like a beer.
Oh,
because he had like Kurt Russell had a bunch of Molotov cocktails in his bag.
Yeah,
and he just had to happen to him
happened
to hand him a beer at the end.
Yeah,
and he's drinking it, and then you see like Kurt Russell like laughing, but they're both gonna die because they're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
and like there's no hope for them. But
crazy.
Yeah, and Keith David just drinks the beer, and then like Kurt Russell starts laughing. That's the end of the movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but anyway. Back to this
I don't
movie.
remember that, but let's go on.
So Laura is afraid that something's out to kill her, and
Yeah.
I don't remember if Rose turned away for a second or something happened.
No, so the way, since I just saw this movie today,
Yeah.
she was talking to her, and Laura was looking away, and she's Rose. So Rose, the main character, she's just like, look at me, look at me, and she's doing a little smirk, and I guess she must have been actually smiling because the camera just pans super fast over to Laura, and she just freaks out, jumps over the couch, knocks over this porcelain vase, and then, starts screaming like, death, death, contorting her body and dying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Rose runs over to the red phone, because there's red phones in every movie.
Mm-hmm. Batman.
Yeah.
There's danger.
She's like, we have a problem. Commish.
Yeah.
Turn on the bat signal. So obviously the bat signal gets lit, and
No.
Rose turns around,
Yeah.
and she's like, holy cow, she's no longer on the ground. And then obviously,
She was like nowhere for a minute.
yeah,
But then
like
she-
nowhere.
She just appears smiling.
She's perfectly there when she puts the phone down. She's right where in her periphery.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what she has? She has porcelain in her hand.
Big porcelain shard.
Yeah.
And she's smiling.
Yeah, she's smiling.
Totally still looking like a creepy.
Oh, man. Ugh.
Yeah, and she proceeds. I think Rose is like, "Oh, it's okay. Like, are you
Yeah.
okay? What's happening? Like, put down the shard or whatever."
Yeah.
And then she proceeds to carve a smiley face.
Yeah, like
Yeah, around her neck, right?
Around her, yeah. So up on her temple, straight down, super slow, straight across her throat, and she's just like gushing blood. And you're like, oh, that's some crazy practical effects.
Yeah, and that's right when the orderlies come in and try to
Yeah.
like help her, but she's already dead. And
Yeah, it's
bleeding on
like,
the
dude,
floor.
she's in a Deadpool.
Speaking of which, I don't know how I was thinking about going back to the original Adam West series where there was the bat red phone. There was a scene where I think the Joker or something put out a hit on Commissioner Gordon. No, not-
Really?
Joker or someone put out a hit on Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
So Commissioner
dumb.
Gordon calls Batman on the red phone,
Yeah.
and he says, "Hang on, let me get Bruce Wayne on the line." He goes, "Okay," and then Bruce Wayne picks up like his regular phone, and he puts like the other phone to his other head.
No
This is
way.
Adam West, and then Commissioner Gordon's like, "Bruce Wayne, I have Batman on the line." He's like, "Oh, Batman, I'm a huge fan." Yeah, we'll take care of you, Bruce. Seriously.
I'm Adam West.
Okay, old chum, we'll take care of you good.
Hey, old chum. Oh, man.
Hey, what's the one thing Batman doesn't have on his utility belt?
Old chum? I have no idea. Tell me.
Patience. Anyway,
We've actually cracked that joke before.
I know because it's like oldie
That
but
was
goodie.
so long ago. God.
Patient. I never thought we'd be talking about Batman in this one.
Dude, I never think we'd be talking. Wow. It is tongue heavy day.
Listen here, you old Fezwick.
Even said that wrong.
What?
It's Fezzy Wig.
Oh, little hidden eye there.
Yeah, there is.
Old Sam.
Sam Adams, you cunning fiend.
I went to a bar the other day, and I swear I told the bartender, "Yeah, can I have a glass of Sam Jackson?
Sam Jackson.
It'll get you drunk."
Amazing to call it snake bite.
But anyway, what are we talking about?
Man. I think we're trying to talk about the movie Smile, where people are just killing themselves.
Yes. So she's gonna go on vacation anyway. And she's all
Yeah.
like sad about it, and she goes home. And,
Yes, she gets put on administrative leave for a week.
Yeah. Anyway, and she breaks like a glass at home, and her fiance is there.
Yeah.
And they talk, and they have a cat named Mustache.
Freaking Mustache the cat. Yeah.
Mustache the cat. But anyway, I don't think she sees her first apparition here.
She did.
She did?
Yeah.
Where?
So she's taking her shot of wine. I'm gonna refer to this later because that's what she does. And she looks down the hallway and thinks she sees something. It's down her hallway, and I'm just like, oh man. And then that's when her fiance scares her by just saying, "Hey," and she's like, "Ha ha."
Yeah. And I think there was a quick
Crash.
shot of her mom, I think, now that I think
Probably.
about it.
Yeah.
But she does go back to work. She does go back to work for a minute, and that's when she talks to the first apparition when she went on administrative leave.
Oh, right,
She
yeah.
saw the girl just standing there looking at her in the window. She looked in the window and just saw like, a girl
right.
in the distance.
Yeah, so that was in
Looking at
her office.
Yes.
Yeah, like way far away. Like
Yeah.
it was kind of creepy.
And then we meet her family, which is her sister and her sister's husband.
No, so what happens right after she sees that woman in the distance, she walks by the room of that patient she saw at the beginning of the movie. And he is sitting upright, smiling as she passes the door. And then she comes back and he's still smiling. And that's when she goes, it's the trailer moment. She snaps at a finger and he says, You're
going to die. I'm going to die.
We're all going to die.
I'm gonna die. Everybody dies.
Carl, look at me.
You're going to die. 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 You're going to die.
Help! This patient is 5150. He needs to be restrained.
Everybody's going to die.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, technically. And then she like goes crazy and calls all the orderlies on him.
Yeah.
And then they sedate
He's
him.
got a 5150. Whatever that means.
And she gets put on administration leave again. I don't know how many times she said she goes on administration.
I don't know. We're jumping around here.
And it's like what do you call it? What's that movie? It's like Lethal Weapon. Like, oh my God, the city's destroyed. You're not on leave. Turn your badge and your gun. It's over.
It's just like Bad Boys.
Yeah. I just sink a boat. It's the worst psychiatrist in the world.
Oh.
But she, at some point, she does have dinner with her sister,
Yeah.
her fiance, and her sister's husband.
Yeah.
And her sister wears the craziest 80s, like, shoulder
Whatever,
pad outfit
man. Yeah.
I've ever seen since, Superman Part 4, The Quest for Peace.
Since we saw Weird Al where they had fake Madonna in it.
Oh, my God. I saw Weird Al's... I Perform This Way, which is Lady Gaga's.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's Weird Al's face.
Yeah. Superimposed.
Yeah, deep fake onto like a Lady Gaga standing and he's dancing.
No way.
Yeah, I was like watching, like, what is wrong with my brain? Like somehow Weird Al's more relevant than he's ever been.
Yeah, I know. Wow. This guy is an enigma.
Oh, and then he parodied Royals with foil. And he starts going into tinfoil hat like conspiracies.
Wait,
And the reptiles. And
And the reptile brains are
foil.
what? I swear, we're back.
Okay, so
It's been a
she
year.
had huge shoulder pads, and
Yeah.
she says that her son is having a birthday party.
Yep.
He likes trains.
Yeah.
So sometime after this, just scene to scene to scene, like
Yeah.
building tension.
Yeah.
Great camera work, and you are at the edge of your seat through this whole thing.
Yeah, you're in it. This is good work.
You're on this roller coaster ride, and I think the first 3/4 of the movie are great.
I agree.
And like this is it's great unfolding because she doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah,
She doesn't know.
and like we typically, like when you watch a horror movie, there's two points of view. It's our view, the viewer seeing this happen, because we're being led into that fourth wall, and then there's the other view. We're in the character's view where they don't know what's happening. We're in the character's thing the whole time. We're just like, what's happening? What's happening?
It's sad as us being the viewer have seen horror movies.
Yeah.
Know what is going to happen in some way, shape, or form. That not all is right in the state of Denmark.
Yeah.
At this point, but she does go home and she's by herself, and her security alarm goes off, and she gets
She drops. Well, one, she pours herself a shot of wine because that's what she's doing. That's what she does. And she drops another glass.
she drops. Oh yeah, it's
I don't want
fine.
to mention it later again.
And the security alarm goes off. It says the door's open, like in the back, and like she's like, and she gets a call from the security company.
Yeah.
And
Another phone call.
Yeah, another phone. You're gonna die. No, wrong move. But anyway, she gets a phone call, and it's a security company. Like, oh, there's a door open. Like, are you sure no one's in the house? And she goes, yeah, I'm sure. Are you really sure?
Yeah.
Did you look behind you?
And you're like, she's looking at us.
Yeah, and I think that's actually when she sees like her mom or whoever.
Yeah, something like a
or
quick.
Laura. Yeah, just a quick spooky girl.
Yeah.
Spooky girl.
You're like, smiles. Oh.
Yeah, looking at her, and then her fiance shows up, and he's like, "Oh my god, what happened?"
Yeah.
It's
Like,
like,
and the cops show up too, and everybody's
yeah,
like,
it's
checks.
a thing, and then like the The fiance is like, "Did you break another glass?"
So good.
Oh, this poor guy.
And then the scene just washed over.
This guy wasn't having this anymore.
Yeah, he's like, logic. Why are my damn glasses breaking?
Yeah. So she's trying to figure it out.
Meanwhile, she's trying to find her freaking cat Mustache.
Yes. Apparently when the door was open, Mustache ran out. She's trying to find Mustache. And one of the cops who was investigating the death of Laura at the beginning turns out to actually be her ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
Played by... he's in a lot of movies. He was actually in Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Kyle Gallner.
Yeah. He plays Joel.
I kept writing his name as ex-boyfriend cop guy. Ex-boyfriend cop guy. So the cat is missing, and ex-boyfriend cop guy, he came to the hospital looking for her just to see if she's okay. But I was just in the area being kind of like stalkery. Yeah. But anyway, so then we see what's her name? Rose go to the train store, buy a train.
Yeah.
And then she goes to the birthday party. And I remember I saw this scene. I'm like, oh my God.
I know. I saw it. And I'm like,
oh my God. It's dead cat sized.
That was my thought too. I was like, it's in a box.
I saw my friend over.
I was like, oh no, this is Schrodinger's cat in a box.
Yes.
It is.
Schrodinger's cat. If you didn't open it, he was still alive.
Yeah. He had a mustache.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Party scene, normal, hey, happy birthday. Let's see what Auntie Rose got you.
Everybody's happy.
He opens it, and then he's like, and he opens it, and he pulls out the dead cat. And then now that
cat's out of the bag, buddy.
But now that I just thought about it, and I was thinking about his reaction, I've seen that reaction before.
Where?
Nightmare Before Christmas, when the kid got the head in the box.
Whoa! Yes!
Same reaction.
Same exact reaction, like stunned bewilderment.
But I kind of like it, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, because so the thing is, he opens the box, and I'm thinking this kid's a little sadistic because he didn't immediately go jump, flip out of his own skin.
Yeah.
It was opened it, and they're like, come on, show us what's in the box. And
what's in the box?
When he reached in with one hand, I'm like, oh, crap. And I was like, why did he pick it up by the scruff?
I know, he just picked up a bloody cat.
I know.
And it was so sad. And he's just holding it like the
cat
severed
still
head.
put on a better acting thing than Figaro did in Pinocchio.
Oh my God, don't remind me.
Oh man, but it was just rough. You just see it wiggling. You're like, no.
I know, Penny will not be happy when she sees it.
I covered my cat's eyes.
I know. Stunt cat.
Yeah.
Stunt cat carcass.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, why would you give that to him? And oh my God, you're all messed up. And she's like, oh my cat.
She's like, I'm not crazy. Why don't you believe me?
She grabs it and teddy bears. And my cat, mustache. Oh.
And then she looks over to her freaking right, and there's one person sitting down.
Yeah, smiling
so menacingly at her.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, you did this. Yeah. You did this. Dude, no, you did. And then she proceeds to fall backwards into a glass table.
Yep. And then she looks at her forearms and she goes, no! I wish I was kidding. Until she sounded.
Yeah, so her fiance is not having this.
Something is threatening me. Some kind of a evil spirit or energy. I don't really know what it is, but I think that it killed my patient because she described experiencing the same thing before she died. And now it's somehow attached itself to me.
And then even her fiance is like, what do you think is happening? Something is chasing?
Rose, you're talking about fucking ghost.
And she's like, I don't know if it's a ghost.
Yeah.
It's like an entity.
She's like, I didn't say ghost.
Why would I say ghost? This isn't a ghost movie. Gosh.
It's a ghost movie.
This is more like a suspense movie, like the one where the lady had the Siamese twin stuck on her back.
Yeah, that was something. Oh, gross!
It wasn't a ghost movie. It was a conjoined twin.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if the other one is politically correct. I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know. But anyway,
so we find out that the cat is dead. Obviously, now, I think we cut to a scene where the fiance is like, "I've done research, and he was and the crazies are."
Fiance didn't do research.
What did he do?
So a couple of things happen. First, we introduce crazy therapist, other woman.
Oh, right.
And
yes.
and Rose is like, "Can I just get some like sleeping pills or something?"
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "No, you should resume sessions because I haven't seen you forever." And like, she's just really weird. That happened, and also it wasn't her fiance; it was ex-boyfriend cop guy who she eventually went to do the research.
No. She actually, but when she told her fiance, like when they were having a tete-a-tete in the car, he was like, I did research and it's genetic, it's hereditary.
Oh yeah, because the mom killed herself.
Yeah, and she's like, what are you talking about?
Now that I think about it, he did more research on like her being crazy than he did like crazy like phenomenon.
Yeah, what a douche.
I know, right?
It's like no, for sure, her wife is nuts.
What a douche. Anyway,
we need that. We need that button. What a douche.
Yeah. So he thinks she's crazy. And then so she does go talk to ex-boyfriend guy.
Yeah, to Joel.
Joel, the ex-boyfriend cop guy, and she tells her like, "Oh, tell me what happened to the professor who Laura first saw. Professor, he did this. Okay, well, where was he the week before? Oh my God, he witnessed a suicide. There's another report here. Okay, tell me about the next person. Oh my God, he witnessed another one. So on and so forth.
It's like, I think they got to number 3 and then she gets a call from him later.
Yeah. And that's when they see like the video of one dude like cutting his face off with
like some garden shears.
Yeah. You don't see that, but you just see blood splatter on a car at a gas station. You see him like, oh my God.
Then they're like, hold on. She's like, rewind it. And he's like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
And they zoom in.
He's like,
enhance.
Yeah.
He's smiling.
He's smiling, everybody.
Smile.
So that's happening.
Yeah.
The branch tripper's cool face guy should be exact.
I know.
Okay. So her boyfriend her fiance, she goes home and then her fiance has like lousy psychiatrist lady there at the house. So like she's all mad because like
she's getting freaking
psychoanalyzed from in the house, like an intervention. And then like, she just gets all mad. And then she goes to her sister's house.
Yes.
And like her sister, her sister has been not helpful. And then the last interaction they had was the dead cat situation.
Yeah.
So she told like her sister that a ghost is chasing her or something. I didn't say ghost.
It's been an oogie boogie of a day.
Yeah. Some kind of entity. It's like he's scarred like little like Jody
little
for
Timmy.
life. Little Timmy for life. And she's like, fine, whatever. But like she's like sad, right? So she runs out to her car.
Yeah.
And I saw my friend the whole time she's like this.
If you can't see it because you're listening, he's covering his face.
He's covering his face because like bad stuff is going to happen. Oh my God.
Yeah, so obviously she's at the door talking to her sister, and her sister and her just not having it. So her sister goes in the house. She's like, well, you can't come inside. Our child is scarred. Little Timmy's broken.
Yeah.
And so she goes to her car and sits down, Rose. And, while Rose is going through whatever she's going through, we see in the background the sister has come out of her own home.
She just came out of the house.
Yeah, walks with post haste.
Yes, very quickly to the car.
And then gets to the window in a very like subtly jarring way.
Yeah, just like stops what doing. It's like a computer program that
like stops. A hard stop. Yeah. And then just does a quick like knock on the window. Mm-hmm. As soon as Rose whips her head to look over,
Holly.
Her sister also whips her head downward, broken.
You can't see the top of her head because she's sitting in the car.
Yeah.
So
Rose is sitting in the car.
Rose is sitting in the car. Her sister's standing.
Her point of view is like chest level.
Yeah, she just sees her chest, and as she looks over, her head just swings like and hits the windshield. Hits the glass. The glass, and it's just smiling.
Yeah, and she starts. Yeah, she's screaming, and then the camera pans back to the house, and it's little Timmy watching her freak out over nothing because she's just spazzing out because there's nothing there
in the car, just going like ape shit over like the universe. It was
existential crisis.
I don't know. I was thinking like, did that kid just get cursed?
Yeah, I know.
That's what I was thinking the whole time.
If she had taken herself out, yeah, he totally would have been cursed.
I actually thought that's like supposed to be an alternate ending or something, but I don't know. We don't know.
It could work.
We don't know. So the boyfriend calls her at some point and tells her like that there have been multiple occurrences and like this is like a whole thing. And she finds out. She goes to the wife of the professor who killed
She
himself
pretends
first.
to be a reporter.
She pretends to be a reporter, and then like the guy drew all kinds of scary like Babadook pictures.
Yes, straight up. I couldn't think of the name, but yes, straight up. If you haven't seen the movie The Babadook, it is it's an oddly haunting yet funny movie. Yeah, it's very off-putting.
You know what Babadook means, and I forget which. I think it's like Turkish or something.
What?
Father grief.
Oh, there you go, Father Grief.
Oh,
Less spooky.
yeah. Well, anyway. It was the death of anyway. We'll talk about the Babadook next time. Hopefully, it happened over Thanksgiving, so we can review it on Thanksgiving.
Probably we'll find a way to make it work.
Today's Thanksgiving episode is the Babadook.
It's like, Duke. Be thankful for your life.
The Babadook meant for Thanksgiving, and the turkey was dry.
Oh. What is happening here? Oh man.
Oh boy. Babadook pictures. So she's got these creepy pictures.
Yeah.
And then she said like she triggered her saying like I think I believed him. I think that there actually was like a creature like chasing me.
Yeah.
And then the wife was like, "You're some sort of fucking psycho or something, aren't you? Screwing with my."
She's
my
like,
mindset."
"Get out!"
Yeah.
What kind of reporter are you?
Mrs. Munoz, your husband was not insane. The things that he was seeing, they're real. I've seen them.
What are you, a f***ing nutcase?
What?
Some kind of morbid fanatic? How f***ing dare you?
No, please. Please, what happened to your husband is happening to me.
Out of my house. I want you out of my house
Please,
now.
just please give me the name. Please, just give me the name.
Get the out of my house!
So she goes crazy, and I don't know if that was an illusion or she actually did go crazy. So it's kind of hard to tell. So she goes to meet with boyfriend guy, and then boyfriend cop guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is too far along.
This might be too far along. I think after this, she goes to meet with her therapist. Her therapist to meet her at her house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, she didn't know her therapist was at her house.
All right. Yeah. So she's home. So she's
she
home
was
going.
home. The therapist rang the doorbell.
She's rummaging through the paperwork that she found like that in that house. And so, she answers the door and everything, is having this conversation with her therapist.
apologizing for ambushing her.
Yeah. And
then the phone rings.
The phone freaking rings again.
Yeah.
Damn it.
The phone rings again.
Never a good thing.
I know. Don't answer phones in horror movies. Unless they're black phones.
Yeah.
And you have a little touch of The Shining. But anyway.
Shining 2.5.
Yeah. I actually think the black phone was written by the son of Stephen King.
Oh.
Anyway.
Hey, there you go.
Not The Shining. Shining wasn't.
Yeah, there we go.
The black
The
phone.
black phone. My
was-
goodness.
Yeah, my brain.
Yeah. So she answers the phone.
I'm on this old Fezziwig.
Fezziwig's your brain.
I know. It's like that.
Holiday spices.
The holiday
During a
spice
horror movie review.
is hops. Whoever thought to put hops in beer?
Genius.
I know. What? Rich and
Great
spiced.
Scott.
What spices do you put in beer?
Whatever you want, man. I had a beer with pine needles
Ugh.
before. No, it was delicious. It was called, I think it was a Dogfish Head called Flannel Jacket. It was, I mean, what else are you going to call it, right? Can't call it Axe.
Anyway, she answers the phone, and it's her therapist apologizing for ambushing her the other day.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, her therapist, or who appears to be her therapist, is sitting across
The
from her.
doppelganger.
So,
And the thing is, she does this like unnerving smile. That it's just not like it's not an immediately wide smile, nor was it ever wide. It was just twitching into a smile that got ever so large. And it was, man. And then she grabbed her whole face
yeah.
and slobbered.
Yeah, and that's why I say it's like Aliens, because like there's a famous scene from Alien 3 where the alien goes up to Sigourney Weaver and it's like,
Yeah.
it's the exact same scene. She's just slobbering in her face. But this scene kind of made me start thinking like, oh, maybe this movie isn't as good as I thought it was, because she started talking. the monster started talking.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you? He's like, well, you're almost mine, lady.
Like, dang it, we broke it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this monster isn't that cool anymore.
You're like,
all you had to do was like not show her
yeah.
smiling or have her disappear at some point.
Yeah.
Because the way that this scene was edited, it was like that scene where she's like cowering in the corner with like, the monster.
The monster could have just walked away.
Seriously.
For all we know, the monster walked
like,
outside.
Huh, I'll show myself out.
Yeah.
Like, goodbye, lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that was such a weird cut.
Yeah, it's like the thing. It just reminded me. I don't know why it reminded me of this, but when I wonder if that scene would have ever happened had she opened the door, because you know the tales of the black-eyed children. You don't let them in.
Yeah, like vampires. You can't let them in.
Just don't let them in. They can't do anything if you don't let them in.
We know the creature can already open doors and kill cats, apparently. So the creature does have powers.
Yeah.
Over the physical
And this
world.
is when you're like, oh, this movie's.
Yeah, you start seeing like the holes poked in like the bag. Is the fishy okay?
Yeah.
I know there's holes in the bag.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. So once I saw like they just cut away to like the next scene after like she is the entity still standing there with the face gooing? Like she just like
got bored. She's like,
she's like, I'm gonna go to the
she's like,
bathroom.
this is my scene, right? I'm out.
Yeah. Okay. See you guys.
I'm gonna go to craft services. I'll be right back.
She just glitched.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they discover that there were like 20 instances, but only like 19 deaths.
Yeah.
So someone survived. So who survived? And like, well, we found this guy. Like he was like an engineer. This guy
called Robert Talley.
We find Robert Talley, who was like an engineer or like some
good to do person. Like he wasn't this guy who was out for murder.
He wasn't a murderer. Played by Rob Morgan, and like he's in jail. What did he do? He like murdered somebody, like horrifically, but
like somebody he didn't know.
Yeah, somebody, just some random
right
person.
in front of someone else.
I don't even think it was a random person. It was like someone in his like job or something.
No, I think it was just some random person, just a random act of violence.
But get this: the witness to the murder died, and the number started like going up.
You're
again.
like, oh no,
it's a curse.
4 days later,
so they decide to go.
Dead men tell no tales.
I know. Dead man tell no tales. Is that a bird who said that?
Yeah, he did. And then the ride plummets.
Yeah. Pirate's life for me. Anyway, they go to the prison to interview Robert Talley.
Yeah.
And by the way, Robert Talley, everybody.
Rob Morgan. Yeah.
Well,
so Rob Morgan is the actor.
Rob Morgan is the actor. Robert Talley is the character.
Yeah.
He's a prisoner in jail who has survived through murder this curse. So she goes to talk to him behind the glass, and she's like, "Yeah, I have a patient who like is experiencing the same problems."
She's got the meth hand shakes. She's
yeah, yeah. She's got the she's jonesing for something there.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'll tell you if like the cop's not here." And she's like, "Okay." And then like he's like, "Okay," and he's walking. I don't know why that mattered. By the way. Like he was ready
because the story wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it still could have happened. I don't know.
Don't tell me it didn't happen.
I saw it happen. I saw it happen.
Trying to work that in every time.
I know, right?
So dumb.
And then he starts telling her like rules, and I like rules in like horror movies because it makes you think that there's a way. And it's like, well, you got to do something scary, like either like it kills you or you kill someone, and you got to make sure someone like sees it. And then she's like, well, I don't want to kill anyone.
You have it? No. Why the f*** did you come here? You're not giving it back to me. Get out of here!
And he's like, wait. Is it you or the patient who has it? Do you have it?
You saw it.
You have it. Oh my God, get away from me. Get away from me.
Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me.
The gnarliest, most intense scene.
And then all of the prison guards come and like take him away, but like he's handcuffed to the table, and he's like,
he's like, act not too hard.
They should have cut to his hand here, like break.
Yeah,
just like show how terrified.
Should have been like some old school stuff where just like it's a wax hand, it just slips out, melting his skin.
Oh
off.
yeah, just him like. But I'll tell you what, man.
Indiana Jones references coming in hot.
I know, but like, bravo, Rob Morgan. You know,
Yeah.
bravo, Mr. Rob Morgan.
Deserved a
Someone
Oscar nomination.
Someone
for that
give
one.
this guy an Oscar because man, that guy,
Hottest 3 minutes of screaming in a freaking movie ever.
that guy projected
Guy was-
the fear of God. So, like,
Yeah,
everyone,
man. Even the other actors were like, "Geez, dude, chill.
you know, everyone in that room was like, it's just a movie.
It's a straight to streaming movie.
Yeah, I know, right?
Relax. You're Paramount Plus, man. You're not on Netflix."
Yeah. This isn't Red Notice caliber acting.
Notice. Oh, goodness.
I like it.
Good job, Rob.
Yeah, we applaud you one more time.
There you go.
The Sam Adams is for you.
Your old finger clink. There you go.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
But anyway, so
The movie ends right there. No,
yeah.
should have.
Well, there's a scene that reminds me of American Werewolf in London, because
Yeah.
American Werewolf in London had very bizarre cuts to dream sequences.
Okay.
So she gets a knife, like a Ginzu knife, from her kitchen,
Yeah.
and
Freaking nice looking knife.
Yeah, that's
by
what I'm
the way.
saying, like a
Man.
nice, like Japanese, like etched from like the sword of like
Great looking handle. Looks perfectly balanced.
it's like something like Uma Thurman would carry in Kill Bill.
Yeah,
know?
you can only wet sand that thing ever. Like,
Yeah.
man.
So she gets her nice knife and goes to work
Yeah.
and starts looking for like, you're gonna die, guy. You're
Yeah.
gonna die, guy.
She's like, nobody's gonna miss You're Gonna Die guy.
Yeah. And then she goes, like, walks over to him. He's like, you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
No. She walks in and he sees her, freaks out and runs to the wall.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
To
it,
the
like,
corner, yeah.
because he got like orderlied up.
Yeah.
In like the
He
last
got roughed up last time when she was in there.
And I'm not sure if Dr. Cal walks in at this point.
No, so she shows up when she's right in front of him trying to calm him down.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Rose, what are you doing in here?" Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Getting White Castle, of course."
Yeah.
So yeah,
They
she's
also
like,
made a Christmas episode.
Yeah, I did.
I never saw that.
I never saw it either. I have to. But yeah, so she says, "I don't know what I'm doing here," and then just proceeds to stab this guy in the chest.
Yeah, he was getting stabbed in the chest and going, like, started laughing and like smiling at him.
Yeah.
And then Cal was just like,
And his face,
then he started tearing off his face.
Indiana Jones melting face.
But then I was thinking, it wasn't Indiana Jones necessarily, but there was a scene in Poltergeist where it was a dream sequence.
Man, that
where
was a long time
where
ago.
the guy tears his face off.
Yes.
But that was the 80s. It was like practical effects. But
Yeah.
I think this is practical effects almost too. It's like CG.
I don't think this one was practical. It was
Okay.
a little too fine.
Yeah, I know.
Should have done practical. Would have been way better.
I know, right? Come on.
Easy do, man. Easy do.
Call like one of the, I even wrote down, they had the people they could do the alien movies now. They did the special effects for this. They easily could have done that.
Oh, they could have done that.
But that was definitely not the Poltergeist, him tearing off his face.
No.
But definitely a dream sequence. So she wakes up.
Yeah, in her car, still in the parkway.
Yeah, she wakes up in the car in the parkway, and then like Dr. Cal shows up anyway. He's like, Rose, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I don't know. And he sees like the Ginzu knife in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And then like she looks up and then sees like, you're gonna die guy like standing there like
Yeah.
like with
She's like,
blood coming out of his mouth.
Terrible, man.
And then
so
she-
she just peels out right from that place.
Yeah, she drives off. And then there was a brief subplot when they were at dinner with the sister where she was saying like, oh, we got to sell that old house.
Yeah.
The whole house in the middle of nowhere. No one likes that old house.
Yeah, as soon as the sister mentioned that, I'm like, plot device.
Yeah, something that's a Chekhov's gun right there.
Yeah.
We got to
Use
go,
it.
We got to go to the spooky house in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Bring the book.
And
of
the
dead.
Appalachians.
Yeah. So ex-boyfriend cop guy calls her and he's like, Rose, where are you going? Like, they're trying to like find you because like apparently you went crazy, brought a knife. What's going on?
Yeah.
And she's like, I want to take care of this once and for all.
You can't get me if I'm alone.
You know what this reminded me of also? Did you ever see Fallen with Denzel Washington?
Fallen. Why does that sound so familiar?
Fallen was a movie about the devil. And the devil can actually inhabit anyone he wants as long as he touches
Fallen
them.
Angels?
No, Fallen. Just Fallen. Fallen.
Yeah.
Fallen.
Duh.
Denzel Washington, yeah. I don't
Oh,
know.
it came out in 98?
Yeah, it was an old movie. And Fallen, the devil can go from person to person as long as he touches them, right?
Dude, had some heavy hitter actors in here.
Yeah,
man.
that was a legit movie.
What?
But Fallen, the way that Denzel Washington beat him was, he took who last had the devil in him
Yeah.
to a cabin in the woods like this, right? And then he goes like, "I got you," and he goes, "Well, I'll just pass into you, and like, you know, then I'll be." He's like, "Well, I'm gonna kill you," and then I just like took like cyanide, so like this is the end. There's no more.
Oh,
No more.
why does
trail
that
after
sound
this.
familiar? And I did see this movie a long time ago.
I know because it was being the whole movie was being narrated by Denzel Washington.
Yeah. No, and then there was another movie.
But let me say it here.
Yeah. Say it.
At the very beginning of the movie, the first line is like, "I got to tell you about the time I almost died," right?
Oh.
And then at the very end of the movie, Denzel Washington dies, and then like the other guy dies.
Yeah.
And then you hear like the voice like, "Yeah," and like I said, this is the time I almost died. And you're like, "Time is on." I see a cat running away on my side. Yes, it is.
Crazy.
So yeah, so he got away on that one. But anyway,
Nice.
just broke this pen.
Nice.
Now I'll never be able to strap it to like
Oh no.
my pocket.
No more clickies.
No, it still clicks. It's just the thing.
Oh, I thought it was a clicky
No.
that was on the.
No, I won't be able to
Little
break out
shirt
of prison
here.
with that thing. Okay, so she goes to the cabin in the woods to try and face it. So she goes in, and this reminded me a lot of It.
Yes.
Where they go to the cabin to face it. So she goes to the cabin to face this it.
This it. Yeah.
This it.
This thing.
And she goes in, and then that's when we see what actually happens, where her mom committed suicide.
Yeah. So it
was dying.
Yeah. It was. So the beginning of the movie, what we saw. Now we're just ahead of what we saw at the beginning of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So the mom says, "I've made a mistake. I need help."
Yeah, call the police.
Yeah,
call the police.
Yeah.
And then she runs away like, ah! And she's like, I was.
She definitely does the. Oh.
And then I remember this scene, like kind of like when I said like the monster starts talking, like this kind of extended to that because like she had a heart-to-heart with who she thought was her mom.
Yeah.
But clearly this is the monster.
Yeah, it's the monster.
Yeah, it's because her mom is like,
and she's like, "I know you're not real.
Yeah,
you're just in my mind."
But that was after the heart-to-heart. Like, like she admitted, like, I was a scared little girl. I didn't like know what I was doing.
And like I thought this was like for sure, like, and this was her facing her fear. So my initial thought was, oh, this monster is just going to be like, you faced your fear. I have been betwixt.
I've been beat. Tip of my.
I have been bested.
Good show, woman.
Until the next murder.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, all right, let's end the movie, right?
Time.
Yeah. I thought it was going to just be some old
He is on
music
my side.
No.
Oh, yeah.
None of that happens. Except.
Why lollipop, though? But anyway.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Anyway, we'll get there.
Because someone already
we'll
used
get there
time
real
is
soon.
on my side.
Yeah.
But so the thing turns into literally the monster that attacked what's his name, Beverly in It. Remember there's an old woman monster that was like chasing after Beverly in the second It?
Yeah.
She turned into like literally an old
like weird freaking looked like Slender Man in like ladies' pajamas.
And panties.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, it's called like the panty monster. Like throughout this whole thing.
Like it's pretty scary stuff. I called it Slender Fella.
Slender
Like
Fella.
in my notes, I was like, no thank you, Slender Fella. Get out of here.
And then Slender Fella was just chasing Rose all throughout the house.
Yeah.
And Rose like Home Alone trapped her and got like her carried and like, her covered in kerosene.
Yeah.
And then she's like, which also happened, by the way, in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh.
The very, very first one where she said like, Nancy was like, "You're not real. You're just a piece of shit." Like, you know,
I don't remember.
All I have to do is turn my back to you, and like, you won't have any problem. But like, that was like after he got burnt.
Yeah.
You know, again, like he's getting burnt. He's Freddy Krueger.
Look at his face.
Yeah, that's what he does. But anyway, and then she kills him.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then like it just burns to death, and like,
yeah.
And then like. Her
then boyfriend guy
comes and they go to his house, and then like, oh, it's over. Like, oof, like what a day.
Yeah,
I just had a day.
She's like, I've had 4 long days of almost being murdered.
Time to watch Netflix.
I've been smiled to death.
I know. And then she's like, I just want to like be with you for a little while. And then like he's like, yeah.
She's like, can you just watch me sleep?
Just watch me sleep. Or
I was like, that's a weird request.
Yeah, and then he's like, yeah, I'll be with you. I'll watch you sleep. I'll watch you sleep forever.
I was like,
whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
That also reminded me of it was a 1408 where he thought he was out of the room
1408
with John Cusack and Samuel Jackson.
Oh man.
Yeah. He thought he was out of the room.
Yeah, he thought he was out of the room.
And then like he woke
And
up in
then
and then
well, she bolts for the door to this apartment trying to leave.
and she's still in the
She's
cabin.
like in the freaking apartment. She's in the house. It's still on fire.
1408 was weird because he actually went back to work too.
Yeah. Freaking movie.
Yeah, he woke up but he's still in the room.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was pretty good. It has moments.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I like this movie better. I actually like this movie.
It
was way more scary and atmospheric.
Yeah. That's the whole thing.
But so meanwhile, real ex-boyfriend cop guy pinged her phone and is on his way to try and save her or find her or whatever. Right?
We assume because it wasn't like you don't just.
Yeah.
It's assumed that he did that because if not, plot hole, right? He has to be a cop.
Yeah, we don't have to bring in the picture.
Yeah. We don't have the time.
Yeah, running out of time. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. So he starts showing up, and then like now for some reason Rose is like lost her like complete like oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and then like the monster like starts taking off its face, and this is what I say,
Dude.
This is what I'm saying, like it's like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it did the Beetlejuice face stretch
and Coneheads. Because Coneheads, I know it's random.
Now I get it.
But he went to the Conehead Beldar. He went to the dentist because he had like pointy
Yeah, and he
teeth.
opens his mouth.
He opens his mouth
super huge.
all the way, and then like he's just got rows and rows and rows of teeth
like
back
shark.
there. Yeah,
Like
so
shark.
so this smile monster is like the tooth fairy.
Yeah, like it opens its own head,
Yeah,
like huge,
and you just see teeth and rows of teeth, like the Demigorgon, just teeth and teeth and teeth,
yeah, you're
teeth
like
for
this
days,
is weird.
while still wearing like a nightie and panties, I think too.
Yeah, and then it walks over to her, and you see,
And she's like Beverly caught in the deadlights
yeah,
from it, just like
just frozen.
just completely
Yeah, and
frozen.
then you see like its thumb, like all this like mangled hand, like reach over her head and her thumb in her mouth, and then you don't see it, but it happens. The camera pans to the side, so now we're seeing a profile of them, and it's opening her up. But the freaking monster has no skin. It's looking like damn Voldemort over here.
Yeah, and it reminds me a lot of, like I said, Beetlejuice, where he opens up his face and turns into the monster, but he opens up her face and opens it wide.
So he can go in.
He just like crawls inside her.
Yeah, you're like, "Whoa."
Yeah. And then, ex-boyfriend cop guy knocks down the door, looks around.
Coming in hot.
Because the place is, I don't think it was burning just yet. But,
Yeah.
But he sees her just standing there smiling.
Yeah. Well, she's actually back to him. She has a can of empty kerosene or gasoline.
Well, she's pouring. You can hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's whistling out of can. And then she turns around, obviously smiling at him, and he's just frozen there. And what does she have in her hand, Marcus?
Lighter. Does it lighter?
Box of matches.
Box of matches. Box
Yeah.
of matches.
Mm.
Box of matches.
This house is the tinderbox.
Yes, and she proceeds to set herself on fire, which we don't see except for in the eyes of ex-boyfriend cop guy. And,
Yeah.
And then credit smash cut to Lollipop song.
Yeah. So weird.
I don't know. I didn't like the creature.
I didn't either. It was such a letdown. I saw it. I'm like, all right, there, Slender Man with a face.
Yeah, and just a lot of like, I feel like they just really want to do the atmosphere.
Well, the thing is, oddly enough, if it wasn't for Rob Morgan's screaming and scene,
Sheer terror.
it would have been, it would have ended on a way higher note because he really, that movie went from this is all right to holy crap, he's really in this.
Yeah, this guy's scared.
And then just like, oh man,
Yeah,
come on, man.
I remember listening to the commentary to RoboCop.
Yeah,
And there's a scene the very last scene of RoboCop.
Yeah.
Is him storming into the OCP building, and he shoots the bad guy. He's like shoots the bad guy, and the bad guy like falls out the high-rise building. He's like, "Ah!" Right, and then the CEO of the company goes, "Nice shooting there. What's your name?" And then RoboCop, he stops. He's not wearing his mask. But he's all bloodied up from the fight. He looks at the camera and goes, Murphy. And then like he smiles, like he winks, and he doesn't swing, but like he just like smile. And then the song plays dun 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 dun. And then like it is. And then Paul Verhoeven like in the commentary is like, yeah, we actually had like an epilogue, and like he's rebuilt and he's fine, and like all his friends are fine, and like RoboCop's back on the street, and like
that's pretty cool.
And he's like, dude, like once we test screened that movie, and after he said Murphy, like the audience just like uproared, like the movie was over.
So I was like, done.
Yeah, done.
That's when the guy with the clipboard's like,
just cut the rest. Shut it down. You got him. That's the thing. Rob Morgan when you were. Oh my God!
Stop it!
Stop the movie.
Yeah.
Whoa! There's no justice for this
like,
woman.
ain't no one. Yeah, like it
You were
just
screwed, bitch.
Yeah, it should have just followed the way of the other horror movies. Just hard stop.
Yeah, hard stop. I thought what was going to happen was she was going to beat it, and then the boy at the house
Yes,
was going to have the
they
Jabberwocky.
led on too much, man. They led on.
They kept showing him
much.
too much. Or I thought she was going to kill her ex-boyfriend cop guy.
Yep.
Which would then what if no one was around to witness it? That was another thing.
Well,
Yeah, because
would have plot holed itself out of here.
yeah, I don't know.
You want to get the letter grades?
Yes, I am going to give it a B-.
Oh, nice.
Smile is a fun and very atmospheric horror movie. The characters felt real and the stakes were high. As the movie progressed, I began to feel like I've seen this movie before. I will continue to recommend it for the sheer roller coaster ride, but just don't expect any new tricks.
Nice. I'm actually going to give it the exact same grade, oddly enough.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah, so also a B-.
Save on the graphics.
Yeah. So I love the filmmaking, the score, the color palette of the film. The story felt original in moments, but obviously we've seen it before. The good thing it did was it peppered in the jump scares and haunting scenes just right to make it feel like an actual horror movie and not just a suspense thriller like everything's been so far. I recommend it. Just watcher beware.
Yeah, and I kind of regret not seeing this in theaters with a live audience on day one.
Yeah, it would have been. Huh! Everyone in there.
Wow.
That's what Rob Morgan's scene. He's like, ah! I'm
I
out.
know, right? Him and Eric Bana from Star Trek got to have like an argument one day. Oh, you saw it? Don't tell me I saw them. I saw them.
Just chained to a table looking at each other. Like grumpy old men.
Oh, boy.
That would have been great.
Good stuff. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Check us out. We are on Twitter, Patreon, TikTok sometimes. Who knows?
God, we're everywhere.
We're everywhere. Just Google us. Clubhouse Movies Podcast. I'm your host, Marc Rubalcaba, joined once again by Mr. Abel Pineda. We will catch you next time.